I'm a spirit speaking, truth seeking, heart reaching, knowledge leaking, seeds sowing, harvest reaping, man of meager means. I have yet.
mypdfbooks.com. That's books with a Z.
Once again, this broadcast has been brought to you by mypdfbooks.com. That's books with a Z, where reading fundamental. Also brought to you by bindedbooks.com, where treasures are bound. Be sure to get all of your teas at My Son's Teas, the tea of teas, divinely prepared at herbsofmyaunt.com. Be sure to check out all of those musical stylings by Brian Hicks Spade at bhspademusic.com. For your everyday items and religious regalia, be sure to check out morrishaberdasher.com. And for that everyday especial Morris drip, be sure to check out morsachi.com. And all of these companies are powered by ALO Design Pros. Design your online business strategy today.
No such thing as failure, baby. Don't forget who made you. You can't be thinking minor when you need to be thinking major. They made you think they saved you, but can't nobody save you. And let you are the future, make up some great men. No need to rush around. Take in, trying to make it in the mix. What a trick, soccer kids. Come from broken homes and they only want to fix. Doing good for yourself was your one and only wish. I know you got dreams, though they say they don't exist. They just wanna stop because they see you on a mission. Only tip I could give you, watch what niggas you be kissing. Everybody don't love you, baby. Everybody different. And what you be doing ain't everybody business. Very good women getting rarer by the minute. You the last of what's left. Don't let nobody trick you. I just want you to think about it. Wrap your mind around it. Do you hear what I'm saying? I just want you to think about it. Wrap your mind around it. Do you hear what I'm saying?
Peace, 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 peace. Greetings. Happy Holy Day. Season's greetings. Happy winter solstice. Happy New Year soon. Happy fiscal New Year. A happy Holy Day. Happy Friday. Gratitude for everybody who's been tapping in with our Bbt Book Club. As you know, I'm the host, one of the many hosts and brothers of the Bbt Book Club and Burning Bush Tabernacle, Science Temple and School. I go by Noble Moso L. What you see on this background right now is one of the businesses that our tribe invest in, along with myself. Herbal teas, holistic medicine. Just one little thing off that left hand corner so you can see the whole name. That's a holistic plant medicine. One of the things we offer here, you can check out the website, Herbs of Mayat. If you're in the DC, Maryland, Virginia, East Coast area, we got fresh brews, 16 ounce, 6-packs, half gallons, herbal teas, herbal blends, mullein, soursop leaf. We got mushroom blends. We got a sorrel hibiscus blend we just created. So I encourage brothers, sisters, elders, all people who care for their health, want to get their cleansing started before the new year. You definitely want to tap in with us. trying to, all these settings have changed on here, so I'm just trying to figure this out now. Okay, here we go. Excuse me. So yeah, you can check out Herbs of Mayat at herbsofmayat.com. You can see on that bottom banner. We are the BBT Book Club, sponsored also by mypdfbooks.com. You can see right there on the bottom. And we have physical copies. You can check out bindedbooks.com. So I really encourage everyone who's into wisdom, who's into health, spirituality, more science, trying to navigate properly and legally, understanding your nationality, understanding your race, Asiatic, your nationality, Moorish American, your status, free white person, understanding your identification through your membership, through your tribe. And that's why we encourage brothers to join us at the Burning Bush Tabernacle, because we are legit non-profit, 501c3, tax exempt, religious, scientific, educational. And that's what we do here. We offer books through mypdfbooks.com, through bindedbooks.com. So we encourage y'all to lock in with us. We got classes every Saturday and Sunday. The BBT Science Temple. I encourage you to subscribe to our YouTube page, the BBT Science Temple. Work out with us live every Saturday morning, 11 a.m. We will all be there. You can jump in, you can have your camera off, have your camera on, just get to know each other. Because as I have on this first slide in front, I'll make it a little bigger, but it says, ancient remedies, modern wellness, and community healing. And that's one thing we do together in our tribe is, work on healing, whether that's mental healing, your financial, your spiritual path, your educational path. We all can help each other on our road of life by comparing and contrasting and dialoguing with other brothers and sisters who've been there and been through similar things you may have already been endeavoring into. So again, we are the BBT Science Temple. We ask for small donations, but if it's your first time, just jump on, email us. You can email me at herbsofmayat@herbsofmayat.com. Check me out on herbsofmayat.com. I have a lot of dry herbs. I have PDF books as well on healing, on health, on cleansing. Because it's coming into the new year. You don't have to have a crazy New Year's resolution. If you're already ingesting certain herbs, certain minerals, certain vitamins, certain proteins, doing certain cleanses, it's a never-ending cycle. You don't just take one herb, take one remedy, take one medicine, and you're perfect for the rest of your life. You still have to do the work. And that's what our company does through Herbs of Mayat. We provide remedies, cleanses, detox for the lungs, for the blood, for the kidneys, for the colon, for the intestines, understanding every organ and how it functions. how they keep it at optimum function. That's all our responsibilities to do with our bodies, not to just rely on a doctor or a nurse. You know, I mean, you know how this medical system is right now. Hospitals as big as college campuses. Yet, how much traditional healing are they doing inside of them? You know, it makes you wonder whose interests do they have. And as we know, it's up to you and your people and your culture to put your wellness into your hands. So that's why we provide books on herbs, books on tinctures, books on bitters. This one book I have, I'll want to pull up, talks about herbs right in your backyard. You know, simple things like dandelion root, which they call classified as a weed, but we know dandelion is a very popular herb used for many medicinal purposes. So I mean, it's just, you know, learning these things for yourself and then start to invest in them, because we've all invested in things that, you know, might not serve us right now, whether that be clothes, shoes. You know, nothing wrong with those things, but you want to have a balance. You know, and that's what Mayat is. Mayat embraces the balance and the harmony of life, your health, you know, our finances. You know, we all got to find balances in places where we are imbalanced. Peace and greetings, Noble. All brothers and sisters who could tap in and listen. Again, I mean, pull up this one book right here.
They just wanna stop because they see you on a mission. Only tip I could give you, watch what niggas you be kissing. Everybody don't love you, baby.
It's called The Lost Books. Lost Book of Superfoods. This is the Lost Books of Superfoods. As we know, superfoods has been a hot topic for years. So it's definitely time we all, you know, learn more about different superfoods, fruits, berries, minerals. So, this is a book by Charlie Evans. And just to go through some of the table of contents, go through preservation methods, fermentation, freezing, canning, cooling, smoking and drying, hardtack. When I saw this, it said hardtacking was hardtacking is a simple, extreme cracker made from flour, water, and salt. It was designed to be a cheap, long-lasting, and portable food for sailors, explorers, and soldiers for centuries. It was dubbed the molar breakers, or sea biscuits. So this was something that, you know, travelers were eating. It said it was nothing but bread, flour, water, and salt. Texture extremely hard, dry, and dense. The purpose was a staple ration for long voyages and military campaigns due to its long shelf life and low cost. And it's just dough. It's often poked with holes and baked repeatedly. So these are some of the things, the first travelers and navigators was eating to survive these long journeys and trips before canned goods. So this book also, expands on that, the making of these things, storage, how to eat it, teaches about jerky, pemmican. I looked that up too. It said pemmican jerky is like beef jerky with berries and other herbs and things in it. It talks about portable soup, ash cake. I don't even know what some of these other things are. Chuno, some Spanish, Latin foods.
Look here, before they give they naysay on the things they say you can't think, and on the ways they say you can't play this economic game unless it's about the rules that they made. Haha, here's the funny thing.
Peace, Nobles. Let me know if the audio good for y'all.
They're terrified because they know your royalty and you'll be running this world someday.
But yeah, just as you can see, this is a great book to have. The Lost Book of Superfoods. This is one of the books we provide through our collection that you can get from me directly. Excuse me. As I said, it breaks down a lot of things for survival. It says, so you have found yourself in a survival scenario. For whatever reason, you are stuck in your home with no access to fresh foods. What do you have to eat is what you have on hand. In addition, utilities are down. This means no refrigeration or freezing for your foods. Of course, you will eat what you can from your fridge and freezer before it spoils, but that food will run out within a few days. It could be a natural disaster, a EMP blast, or any other number of threats that cause this situation. This could even be caused by a bad snowstorm. Do not kid yourself. This type of thing does happen. Over the last few years, I have had several friends forced to survive on their current food supply due to various natural disasters. Unfortunately, once the storm hits, it is typically too late to stock up on food. Even if you can drive to the grocery store, the shelves will be empty. If you find food, they may not have the power or internet to take credit cards. This very could be a life-threatening scenario. So what do you do to prepare? The answer is to have a good supply of superfoods that would not be affected by downed electricity. We are not talking about superfoods like kale and quinoa. In this case, superfoods have several characteristics that make them perfect for survival. The first thing is preservation. The average survival scenario is estimated to last 3 weeks. That being said, even being snowed in for a week can be deadly. These foods should be able to be stored on a shelf much longer than that. Ideally, these are foods that could sit on your shelf for over 6 months. so you have them prepared well in advance. If you have a good stockpile of superfoods, you will be prepared when disaster strikes. Second is nutrition. Superfoods must provide some aspect of nutrition vital to survival. The two primary nutritions needed are carbohydrates and proteins. In addition, vitamins and minerals are an added plus, but not quite as important. If a food can provide multiple types of nutrients, that is even better. Remember that these foods must keep you alive. Nutrition is everything. And third is simplicity. An ideal superfood should only have a handful of simple ingredients. It must be easy to create and easy to eat in order for it to serve its purpose. These foods are either ready to eat as is, or they only need water and heat for preparation. If you are prepared for survival, you should always have a source of clean water and heat. Oh yeah, this is definitely a must-have book, Nobles, especially in this coming winters. You know, we all need to learn. It seems like the food and farming business is something that our people have avoided for the last 600 plus years, and now we always come back around to it. You know, food, shelter, and clothing. You know, growing your own things, preserving your own foods, canning, drying, smoking it. You know, you can do these things to vegetables, meat, fruits. You know, because as we see, the prices of a lot of foods are the healthier of items are ridiculously priced in some aspects. You know, some of these canned goods charge you twice as much for less ingredients when you want it, you know, clean ingredients. So the best way to know it's clean is to, you know, maybe not grow it yourself, everything yourself, but at least can it yourself, you know, season it, preserve it. So you know what you're getting at the end of the day. But yeah, this is a great book. Let me continue reading where was I? The fourth key is storability and mobility. These foods should be compact and lightweight. Remember that you are aiming to store large amounts of these foods over long periods of time. Keep them small and light. Make storage in a dark, dry spot much easier. In addition, in the rare event that you decide to leave your home, you can easily pack these foods to take with you. And five is cost. There is no way we could call these foods superfoods if they were not cost effective. These foods require simple, inexpensive ingredients with no specialized equipment. Literally, anybody should be able to afford to make these foods and add them to their food supplies. You may not be able to stock up for several years of supplies, but even enough superfoods to last you a few weeks is better than the average person will have. Most people will start to go hungry after just a few days. So now you can start to see that it could be hard to find these superfoods in your grocery store. Canned food is heavy and bulky, and it must be used on a regular basis or will likely go bad. There are plenty of boxed dry meals that provide nutrition, but they are bulky and expensive. You can stock up on flour, rice, beans, meal, and pasta, and you probably should. However, these items do not fit our parameters. They are also prone to contamination by insects if you are not careful. Dairy, meat, and produce is all out of the question because it will spoil. So, where do you find these so called superfoods? In order to determine which food can sustain us in scenarios without electricity or fresh supplies, we must look at societies that have lived in similar scenarios. This includes civilizations of the past and the present. We can look at ancient Egyptians, Native Americans, European sailors, Civil War soldiers, and the tribes of the Middle East. All of the wisdom that we need to survive can be provided by our ancestors. These people traveled great distances with minimal supplies and no refrigeration, and yet they were able to survive on rations packed in a small bag. In this article, we will identify several superfoods that have been effective sources of nutrition for our ancestors. We will also walk you through how to make these superfoods step by step so that you can start to build up your food supplies. Keep in mind that some of these foods do require some elbow grease to get a finished product. Trust me when I say it will be well worth it in the end. It goes into a lot of preservation skills, man. So it's definitely a must-have book. We all need to be learning how to use and preserve and extend the life of our foods. Freezing, canning. It says canning is an art form that can take years and years to perfect. By adding sugar, salt, herbs, and spices, you can manipulate the flavor of the finished product in several ways. For basic canning of vegetables, you will need to wash the jars, lids, and rings thoroughly. So yeah, just goes through all the whole process. This is something I'm trying to try personally, just drying, smoking. It says by removing moisture from foods, you will eliminate the potential for mold and bacteria to grow. It also leaves your food in a form that is a lightweight and takes up little space. Not all foods will dehydrate well, so you will have to so you may have to blanch, boil, or pickle the foods before you dehydrate them. You can dehydrate foods by smoking, sun drying, and using an electric dehydrator. For this article, we will skip the dehydrator and focus on methods that require no electricity. Sun drying foods is the easiest method by which you can dehydrate. For this process, you will need to cut your food as thin as possible. It needs to be 1/4 inch thick. or less, scoring both sides of the food will further help with the dehydration process. You can either build a rack on which to place your food, or you can string up your strips of food with cordage. Ideally, you want to put your food in a spot that has direct sunlight, but is also breezy. The food should be high enough that animals cannot reach it. Generally, it will take several days to sun dry food. You will know it is done when it has consistency of jerky. When you squeeze the food, no moisture should come out. You can speed up the process by adding salt and spices. Smoking is my favorite method of preserving food. Oh, I read that part already. Yeah. Yeah, I got a brother-in-law that does that, so I need to get into that. Hardtack. Yeah, this is the one I was talking about. It says hardtack is basically a dried biscuit that fits the profile of a good survival food. If kept dry, hardstack can last up to 150 years. So it is ideal for your pack or your food stockpile. Because it is dried, it is compact and lightweight. It is also high in calories and carbohydrates. Those are the two commodities that are hard to come by in a survival situation. Another benefit of hardtack is that it is easy to make in almost any condition. Anybody ever heard of hardtack? I heard it sound like the saltiest, strongest cracker ever. This survival food has a long and proud history of providing its value. Both the ancient Roman and the ancient Egyptian civilizations used hardtack and typically gave it to their soldiers as rations. It is ideal as a ration for soldiers for the same reason it is ideal for the survival situations. Sailors crossing vast oceans would take hardtack with them for the journey. It was often baked 4 times to be sure it would survive the moisture from the sea. Often the biscuits would have to be soaked in pickle brine, coffee, or water to soften them enough to eat. Civil War soldiers were rationed several large biscuits per day and often used them as plates to eat perishable food. They would then snack on the biscuit as they hiked. The Union Army would bake the biscuits twice and then let them sit for 6 months before issuing them to soldiers. They would ensure they were properly dried. Southern states were short on flour because of blockades put in place by the North. So when flour was available, they made huge batches. I'm about to try to find a picture of this real quick. And so it's basically a cracker, a biscuit. Basically like dough. So any country, it looks like an ancient grain, like a spelt. You could definitely throw some herbs on there and Say that he was in the military. They got some pictures of it. Look at them good old boys eating that hardtack biscuit with some soup and a biscuit. Yeah, I can see it. And y'all can see it's just like a dry biscuit that travelers used, soldiers. The food's not promised. So yeah, that's that book. That's definitely a good book you want to get. So drop your email or email me. Again, you can see my email on the bottom ticker. Herbs of Mayat. Herbs of Mayat at herbsofmayat.com. See, I had another book though, right here. A Lost Book of Remedies for anyone who's looking to endeavor on their own holistic journey, learn more about herbs, how to put their own tinctures together. You know, this is a must-have book by Claude Davis. Let's see how much is yeah, you mean. This book is pretty rare to find. Breaks down different herbs that are useful, remedies. This first chapter breaks down backyard weeds, black-eyed Susan, chamomile, aloe, marshmallow, chickweed, dill, fennel, garlic, mullein, one of my favorite, sorrel, thyme, Queen Anne's lace, stinging nettle. So many herbs. Lamb's ear, dockweed. You want to have this book so you can start to build up your herbal cabinet, your herbal remedies. You want to have these for your family, for yourself, before you get sick. And this is a great book to, start to, study the origins of herbs, plants, mushrooms. This book has so much knowledge. All my serious herbalists and healers, you will want this. And I can get you a PDF copy. A lot more easier than having a physical copy. So yeah, with that being said, Nobles, gratitude for everybody jumping on. Again, if you're in the DMV area, tap in with me. You can get these books. You can get these herbal teas. You can get a night, as you know, I do stretching as well. You can get a nice stretch session. And check me out here. Mayat Sons. If you're in the DC area, check me out at Omni Collection, 417 H Street Northeast. We do community events, yoga, sound bath. I provide stretch therapy. You definitely want to tap in with us. But again, with no further ado, gratitude for jumping on with us, Nobles. Happy Holy Friday. Say our Moorish American prayer and get out of here. Allah, the Father of the universe, the Father of love, truth, peace, freedom, and justice. Allah is our protector, our guide, and our salvation by night and by day through his holy prophet, Nawuju Ali, Shalom Aleichem, Ayah Esha Ayah. Peace, 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 peace. Join us for workout every Saturday, 11 a.m. Bbt Book Club, Bbt Science Temple.
I'm a spirit speaking, truth seeking, heart reaching, knowledge leaking, seeds sowing, harvest reaping, man of meager means. I have yet to leave, I'm still breathing. To quit, I have no reason. I mean, I'm asleep, but I be trying to live my dreams. I cannot even act if it's all easy. Either you gon' do it or you don't really. It ain't no in between. Baby, you can ask the sun, it's an everyday theme. Consistency in your routine is how you bring reality. Working like a slave, that's how I made this masterpiece. Living like a god, I lay